Hey guys, welcome back. Ricky here. Today I've got another unboxing of a knife that I will be using in or adding to my lineup of knives that I will be sharpening all my whetstones on. And it is the Shun Kanso 8-inch chef knife. I don't go around the web trolling for new knives. It just so happens that I was, searching through some websites and it just spoke to me. That's all I can say. So without wasting too much more of your time, let's get this thing opened and take a look. A neat little manual. That is just stunning. I mean, this thing is just so absolutely beautiful. So first off, there's a few things that really stand out to me. The first thing is the actual blade edge itself. You guys can see that it's got this really nice swooping belly here, which goes from tip to tip. There is virtually no flat spot that I can see. From basic impressions, I think this knife will be really well suited for those who are getting into Japanese knives for the first time. So I want to take a moment and talk about the steel of this knife here, which is a high carbon vanadium stainless steel. It's a very nice steel. It's treated to a Rockwell scale of 60. Now 60 is actually a pretty high number for really an average kitchen knife. Most average kitchen knives will be in the 57 to 59. The Masamoto VG, which is one of my go-to knives for the last year, that's got a Rockwell treatment of 59. The logos are heat stamped, okay, which is fine. You don't expect a knife at this price point to have embossed or engraved logos. The shape of this handle is definitely very interesting because it's got this nice curved swooping line that is kind of in line with the blade itself, and this neck here. You see the choil has got this really nice rounded choil that is consistent all the way through to the end of the tang here. One of the negatives with going with a full tang, and this is just a generalization, is full tang knives tend to be very heavy in the handle. This is not so. I think this is really well balanced. As you guys can see here, my finger is right where the tang meets the handle. The knife is perfectly balanced. Now that is actually quite rare when it comes to a full tang knife. I've never used a knife with this type of wood handle before, and so it just kind of threw me off for a second. But it's a very nice handle. It's pretty well shaped. I would prefer it to have slightly more rounded edges, especially in the bottom of the handle. This handle, just from sitting here and holding it, if you didn't tell me that it was actually a wooden handle, I would think it's more of a plastic handle or some sort of resin because it's so hard. Now I believe on the website that I've read, on Shun's website, it's called Kagayasan. Kagayasan. It's a super dense wood that they use on katana blades. Feels almost like a fake wood because it's so dense, and even the sound it makes, it doesn't sound like wood. This little part in the back of the tang is pretty interesting. I wonder what you would use it for. I think it's more of a design cue than anything else. It looks really cool. It adds a really nice character to the knife. In terms of sharpness, I think it's a fairly sharp edge. I think it's probably on a scale of 1 to 10. On my scale, it's probably a 7 right now. So not ultra sharp, but definitely sharp enough for anyone to take it out of the box and use it. So in terms of your cutting grip, yeah, it's going to be a slight adjustment. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you're going to have to get used to not being able to bring your middle finger or your guiding finger up to the higher up on the actual cutting edge itself. So it's gonna be a little further back. Your grip will be just slightly, I would say about a 1/4 of an inch further back than you would normally have it, and so it definitely feels different. You can definitely notice that your grip is further towards the handle. All the edges are really well rounded. There are no sharp edges anywhere to be told of except on the cutting edge itself. But yeah, you can literally rub the choil all the way up to the cutting edge, and it's actually quite comfortable. The rivets actually go a little deeper than the actual handle surface because of the way the shape of the handle is. So you'll feel some of the corners around the rivets, which, if you're feeling for it, it's not very comfortable. But if you're holding the knife, in terms of normal usage, you actually don't feel those rivets and those crevices at all. The rustic look is nice, but I would prefer a slightly better finished handle than what we're given here. Now, it's not really a complaint on my part. I just think that in terms of my preference, because of all the knives that I have used, I have never held a knife that has this, that's been left with this wood pattern. I think this will be a winner, definitely for those who are looking to get into Japanese knives for the first time, or even those who have Japanese knife who just want to upgrade or just go to something a little bit different. This is definitely the most rustic knife out there in terms of a Japanese knife. You'll never find Japanese knives with this sort of heritage finish, and definitely with this handle. I mean, this is a kind of a one-of-a-kind type of design. So I've got to hand it to Shun for making that bold step into making a knife that is kind of crossing barriers right now, crossing boundaries between your Western and your Japanese knife style knives. Now I really look forward to sharpening this knife on all the Whetstones that I have in store for you. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and so stick around for the new sharpening videos, and I will catch you guys in the next video.